Okay, welcome to the very first ever live streamed D5 lottery for 2022, 10 years after we started. It's a good time to get going with something new like this. And yeah, I think we got an interesting lottery lined up. You guys can judge for yourselves. What I've got is like a slide for each one of these teams that are in the lottery as they get announced. And I'll go through this PowerPoint presentation on the right side of my screen if you can see it at the moment. Cool. We got any interesting insights before we begin? Who's here is... Oh, Alex English is in the lottery. He's a Denver Nugget. So if we go down one slide, you can see, Alex, you are by default picking second, but whether you end up at second, we'll see.
Better be first.
I expect Phoenix to jump into the top four, whether that's through Chicago's pick or Phoenix's, just because that sounds like that would happen. Right?
You're coming across pretty quiet, Mr. English, but I can just about hear you. But yeah,
that wasn't me.
Wasn't it? Oh, who was that? Oh well.
That was Jane.
Cool. Mr. Brad Stevens, Phoenix GM, he's got 2 picks, 10 and 13. Let's fingers crossed for him. Who else we got? Scout.
Jared's luck.
Jared, are you historically... No, wait, Brad. Wait, what? Who?
Oh, well, Jared, former Suns GM.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
they're due for a lot of
chronically
wins.
unlucky. Mr. Gervin has just joined.
Yep, sorry.
No worries.
On Friday.
Yeah, it's kind of, I guess it's not ideal timing for the United States. Maybe I should have started on, maybe we should...
Nah, it's a holiday weekend.
Yeah.
It's fine. Folks should be cutting up.
Cool. Right. Here's your chances. This is, if you can see on the right side of my screen, these are the lottery odds. So the first team we're expecting to see is the Lakers, followed by the Suns and everybody else in a row. If we don't see a team's name come up, obviously that means they jump up into the top 4, but where in the top 4, we'll find out once we start. Pretty sure all of you know this, but I'm just doing it anyway. Cool. Right. Are we ready to begin? Is everybody strapped in? Feeling safe? Okay.
Can we do some predictions?
Predictions. Hit me with predictions.
New York Knicks get the number 1 pick.
Who made that prediction?
Ryan.
Scal saying the Knicks jump up into the top.
Yeah, I had the Knicks going to 1 as well, just because it feels like it's destiny after their last 2 drafts. They're just going to grab a third guy with a huge free agent group coming up.
Huh. Yeah, that would be huge. So George and Scal are both predicting the Knicks to go up. Someone else was making predictions of sorts, but anybody else before we get started?
Yeah, Phoenix will absolutely be in the top.
Is that you, James K, saying that? Phoenix, yeah, I mean, they've got 10 and 13, so it's a good chance. Okay, without further ado, shall I get going? We see the first result. So we're expecting Lakers, and how am I going to do it? Like Adam Silver. With the 14th pick, no, that's when he's actually announcing the lottery. Well, the 14th pick will go to Phoenix Suns.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I know. Right?
Whoa!
No shot.
No way.
Somebody who's joined my club.
Yeah, so this happened once before. Back in...
Totally different prospect available then, but
When was that?
that's still pretty cool. That was a Luka one, yeah.
Was
Yeah,
Luka. Was that 2018 or
So
2017?
there was only 3% odds at this time.
So there was... The odds of this was... where are the odds? So I'll go back one. The odds of this was 0. Well, moving into the top 4 was 3%. Yes.
Are you trying to tell us something by saying 0.2? Are you trying to tell us something?
What? I don't understand.
Was that a slip up?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I mean, oh yeah, I guess it was. Well, I don't know. 0. I don't know. Where would 0.2 come from? I don't know. Is that what I said?
From being the first pick. Never mind. Never mind.
No. I think I was reading the 7 wrong on the thing here. If you can see my screen.
Either way, it's like super, super small that
It's ridiculous.
this happened.
It's fucking happened again, indeed. Apologies for swearing, but yeah, the last time this happened was 2018, when Mr. George Gervin, who's in the room, moved all the way up from 14 to number 1, which is nuts.
And I only had that pick for like 4 days when that happened too, which is even funnier.
The greatest transition from a GM to another in the history of basketball.
Yep, JR had to watch this inside of the week. He would have had the first pick.
Yeah.
JR would have traded it.
It's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah,
like,
100%.
Lakers were a playoff team like 2 weeks ago. Then they traded Chris Paul, they traded Fred VanVleet, and now they tanked for 2 weeks, and now they're going to get a top 4 pick out of it. So it's kind of it's a nice turn of luck for them, I guess.
He's completely vindicated.
Yeah, those trades are like amazing now.
Oh, Mr. Allen
It just shows
Iverson.
everybody.
Sorry, Allen Iverson's joined us all the way from Philippines. It must be like 5 a.m. with you. So, well done, Mr. Allen Iverson. But yeah, top 4 pick for the Lakers. Absolutely incredible. And yeah, all of those recent crazy trades. What did he make? Let's have a look. Several Lakers trades all happened at the end there. Basically just...
He traded Chris Paul for a second-round pick.
Oh my god. Did he? I can't remember. Oh, there it is, yeah. He bloody did as well. And but Kobe White, think of the upside.
His own team spent like oodles of money and said you suck. And the second round pick beat him out for a starting spot. So.
You guys are forgetting that Kobe White was traded for Anthony Simmons plus a first.
Amazing, yeah. So yeah, Lakers start off their rebuild really strongly, jumping into the top 4. But let's talk about Phoenix, maybe. Is there any point? It's mainly about the fact that the Lakers have jumped up, but yeah, Jared, who you think? Oh, sorry, not Jared. You're now Utah Jazz GM, but Mr. Brad Stevens. Any maybe smoke screens you want to fool us with? Who you might take?
14. No, I'm moving on to praying for my 10th pick to move up.
Yeah, I bet you. Okay. Anybody else got any thoughts based around this? No. Okay. Right.
Shock.
It's I can't believe it when this happens. I guess these new lottery odds, make it a lot more likely, that's for sure. It never ever used to happen back when we started the league, but now it's happened twice that the team's gone from 14 up into the top 4. It's crazy. So, next up, we are expecting to see Washington at number 13. So, the next pick goes to the Knicks.
Oh my god.
Oh.
At this point, you may be thinking, what the fuck? But I did record a video. It genuinely happened.
Nah, that shit's rigged.
It's...
Can we get Alex English's take as the owner of the second best odds?
I mean, this is the practice round, right? We're doing another one after.
What the?
Yeah.
It's okay. You can get behind the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup and, feel better about everything.
Just a question. Was this one of the first that Kareem originally traded for Kawhi, or did he give it all away?
I would have owned this pick if you guys didn't screw my head
God
over.
damn it, Josh.
Well, this is why. I think that this vindicates our position.
I feel bad for Josh now.
I mean,
don't.
yeah.
It's all right. I would have picked Marvin Bagley or somebody, so don't worry about it.
He's fine. He has Jokic
Yeah.
and Booker.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't even like the fact that this happened because it's just absurd. But there you go. So the Washington Wizards have also jumped into the top four. The most hardworking, most loved GM in the entire league moves into the top four. And Arvydas Sabonis' New York Knicks, Theodore Duncan from D720, where he was more famous, I think, has the 13th pick. He's already got a great team. Got Halliburton and Mobley to start off his rebuild. It's a fairly solid start. And Robert Williams looks amazing as well.
How did the Knicks have this bad of odds? They're starting like Dennis Smith.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too. Like, it seems like this team should have been worse, but
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I mean, I think they beat me a few times, so I can't really say much.
I think Robert Williams is like one of those centers that the team likes.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah, it's a nice core though. Mobley, Halliburton.
Cool. Right. Let's continue moving on. So next pick, who we even expect to see? I guess the Suns is the
Phoenix, yep.
Yeah, Suns are the most likely team we'll see next. So this is already the most absurd lottery in our history. So this video call was really good timing. So yeah, let's see who's next. If it all goes according to plan, it will be the Suns. And so it is. Sorry, Mr. Brad Stevens.
And
Yes.
Brad, you managed to lose 3 spots. You were picking 10 and 13.
I'm aware, Jerry.
Yes. But still, 2 lottery picks. There's plenty of good picks that fall outside, the top 4. And fall down to 12 and 14. You can definitely do some damage down there. Yeah. But yeah. Everything holding to form now. After, with this pick. Everything going according to plan. See, this is where we miss Jeremiah Hill, because he used to pipe up whenever we did the lottery and say, everything holding to form. That was like his job, pretty much. And now he's gone, unfortunately. Rest in peace, sweet prince. So,
Phoenix will be okay. They have
say again, James?
Phoenix will be okay. They have a really nice young core.
Yeah, Michael Bridges, Shea. It's looking good.
Yeah, Brad, you're gonna keep these picks or try to package them and move up, or what's your plan?
EBD. Send me them offers.
All right, I got Chris Duarte for you.
I bet you do.
I also have 2 picks in this draft, I'm just going to say. They're very available. Cool. Yeah. Right, so next team up. So pick number 10, we're expecting to see the Utah Jazz, and it's going to be the Utah Jazz. So they've moved down 2 as well. Do we have, is Jared Montini? No, he's not in, is he? So, big off-season coming up for the Utah Jazz. They got, what's his name, Bradley Beal expiring, and Jason Tatum.
It's my time. It's my time.
Thank you, Mr. Iverson.
Yeah, I think Jared said he had like 9 players he liked or something. So I'm curious to see how he feels about getting pick 11.
I don't think I think Keegan Murray is not on his list, so you can probably push it out to 10, but that still leaves him one spot short.
You like the entire top 9, Josh?
No, Jared likes the entire top 9, or he likes some sort of 9 players. I don't know who, but
I mean, yeah. They're not all going to go in the top 9, surely.
He said he was good as long as he didn't drop, but he dropped 2, so I'm sure he's pissed.
Yeah. We all know the pain, except for George Gervin. Oh wow, I got somebody else joined. Mr. Tim Duncan has joined. Mr. Tim Duncan. Wait a minute. Was this previous GM Tim Duncan? Formerly Utah Jazz. Well, he's not. Okay. I'm hearing nothing, so I will ask no more. Right. Yeah, big off-season coming up for the Utah Jazz. They've got to re-sign Tatum and Beal. And I'm sure they were hoping to jump up into the top 4.
We are doing a...
So?
Tatum is a lock. No?
Well, I mean, it's... Oh, hang on. Jared Montini's not here. Who are you talking about? Who's this, James? It's too many names.
Yes.
Sorry, mate. I mean, Tatum is pretty... Yeah, I mean... Nothing for sure, but should be pretty high chance.
Wait, are we doing restricted free agency or not?
Oh, is that... Yeah, that is...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
in that case, he pretty much is a lock, isn't he? Because the Utah Jazz have more than enough cap room.
Yeah.
Well, they can match anything, and not to a Gary Trent Jr. where somebody thinks they have matching rights and don't have to do anything. They're actually supposed to do something.
man, that move got him a top 4 pick, so maybe he's outsmarted all of us.
He's going to outsmart us for like 4 years until he lets whoever he picked this year go as well.
Cool. Okay. Right. As you can see, I'm the consummate host. I'm amazing at this kind of thing.
We should let Alan say a few words to see if he gets some lottery luck.
Yeah, are you ready for this, Mr. Allen Iverson? Can we get some unintelligible Pinoy as a confirmation? Some Filipino words.
Ian, you're doing a great job pretending that you don't know what happened.
I shouldn't have drank some whiskey before starting this. Okay, right. Next up is the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, I'm doing a good job, guys. It's all going well.
I was not being sarcastic. You're very convincing.
Oh, what? Really? Oh, okay.
You're doing amazing.
I thought I'd given it away before I even went down to it. Somebody has some lagging audio. Oh, that's wonderful.
Who is that?
That was great analysis.
I think it's... Oh my god. Make it stop. And
can you type it in the chat? Whoever.
Yeah, did you kick him out, Ian?
So, Allen Iverson has dropped, sadly. Maybe that was him trying to tell us how thrilled he was to have dropped 2 spots.
Yeah, his team is fine.
I did.
Yeah, he's got Ben Simmons.
I missed off Ben Simmons from this chart because I didn't get injured for some reason. But yeah.
Desmond Bain is going to solve everything.
Desmond Bain is great.
I mean,
He's
Desmond
great.
Bain's pretty
He's
damn
actually
good.
great.
Got Max Strus on there. Got the Bold Mamba.
It's like his team has the most adult, mature player possible. That's 25 and younger, Desmond Bain, and has the biggest idiot possible under that age in Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
It'd be a fascinating locker room in real life to see that play out.
Yeah. Go up against overachiever Malcolm Brogdon on the Rookie of the Year, and then
President.
I'm not sure why, but on paper, this really seems like a playoff team to me, especially after he picked Jalen Suggs last year, who I thought was a guaranteed, solid starter coming in. Obviously disappointed, but his team is great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he is already, I'd say he's a solid starter, but he's just sharing too much court time with all the other point guards.
These lotto teams are getting better than they used to be, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. That's maybe the hard
Just
cap
wait
win.
till we get to the Denver Nuggets.
He's got Ayo.
Allen Iverson is back, and now he's gone again. God damn it. I was hoping to get some of his input on here.
He was so rattled by falling 2 spots.
He gave us some input on the in the text channel.
Did he? Let's have a look. So, in the text channel... Oh, okay. I think that says it all. And the fact that he's so incensed he can't even stay in the chat in this video call. But yeah, you're totally right. The Sixers are a team, when you look at it on paper, looks like it should have made the playoffs this year. Did not make the playoffs. If only we could simulate sort of infighting within a team. Well, if anybody's going to create that, it would be Ben Simmons.
They're really deep.
Indeed.
Max Strus played real minutes for Miami in the conference finals. They're like 12 minutes.
Yeah, Desonmu's a good rookie. PJ Washington is solid for Charlotte.
Even Kyle Kuzma is a backup when Simmons comes back.
Yeah.
He's got Suggs, Caruso, Washington, Struss, Ayo as backups. That's good then.
If anything, this goes to show you, if you don't pick in the top 4, you're pretty much fine. There's plenty of other good players out there.
You can't pick Jabari Parker, Marvin Beck. No.
Don't forget Ben McLemore, the next Ray Allen. Oh God, that's such a mistake. I think my biggest mistake goes down as Josh Jackson over Jason Tatum. Now that was terrible. Ugh.
To be fair, if Josh had his head on straight, he would have been an actual player. But
yeah,
he's not all there.
Yes, I think you're right. Cool, right. That was the Sixers at 10. The 9th pick, next team we're expecting to see is the Sacramento Kings. They've got their pick coming via... And this is I think there's only one other team, and I mustn't have... Oh, it's the Suns got their pick from someone else, and I've not actually depicted it on the presentation here, but I think the Suns' 13th pick was actually from Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the Bulls pick.
Chicago.
Yeah, so... Yeah, it's quite impressive. Just speaks to just how valuable first round picks are. That most of these, only 2 of these lottery teams have actually traded the picks that they own. Because I guess once you're headed towards the lottery, you've got a fair idea that that's in your future. So yeah, lottery picks worth a lot at the moment. Yeah, next team we're expecting to see is the Sacramento Kings via the Clippers, and the 9th pick will go to the Sacramento Kings via the Clippers. So,
that says 3. I think that they're a top 3 pick.
You what? Sorry?
Legally?
Is
The
that
nine just looks a lot like a 3.
Yeah, it's just the font. That's not good. No, this is a 9. You could see from the little curve on the mid.
Someone screenshot this, send it to Amari.
Just bring the pain earlier, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not ideal. The Kings they're definitely starting a rebuild now, aren't they?
Kinda? Not sure. With the Kings, you're never sure. Amari will just flip everything and try to compete.
I don't remember whether Amare actually stated, I'm going to do a rebuild, but I mean, he's certainly not looking very healthy against Gervin's Spurs at the moment, so...
Well, my team took the whole year to just faff about and not get its shit together. Coming together at the right time. But I'm not going to lie. I was kind of expecting some dumbass result this series where I was going to lose like 4-1. And then be like, all right, that's it. Like, everybody needs to go.
Yeah. Well, me and Josh have discussed this, and we think... I mean, Josh, tell me if I'm wrong, but it just feels like there's a momentum sort of... There must be a variable somewhere that's like, this team has done well so far. It's going to keep going because, like Josh got when he got Jokic, and Mr. Gervin when you got your Paul George and Anthony Davis, your results didn't particularly pick up and start doing much better in the regular season, but they're definitely showing now in the playoffs. So, and what I'm saying is, like, when I start the playoffs, I actually start a new save file, so it's kind of like whatever might be a momentum sort of stat disappears. So there's definitely a feeling like that might be something, and when you hit the playoffs, it's either going to help or hinder you, I think.
I don't think that feature works in Golden State. I think you need to look at it because Kevin Durant is just
honestly the way Durant plays
really
in the
not
playoffs,
fun.
Yeah, the way Durant plays in the playoffs, I don't understand. I need to, I felt like I need to dig through the files and make sure there's not some crazy variable somewhere that makes him play better in the playoffs, because his performances so far have just been carrying on from last season's absurd greatest all-time performance. So what is it? I mean, what is he averaging so far this season?
He was like 45. Like 7 and 7.
He averages like 25 plus shot attempts in the playoffs, which he doesn't do in the regular season here. So it's kind of strange.
So he's almost averaging 45 points a game.
Well, to be fair, Trae Young is averaging 40 points and 17 assists, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 17 assists, which is crazy.
I mean, I guess it's early days in the playoffs, but yeah.
He's the new Kevin Durant.
he's the new... Dirk Nowitzki, historically, was always the one that broke the sim engine, was like the sim god. But yeah, looking at Trae this year, it's ridiculous.
Max cap space available this off season.
Yeah, is that right, Joe? Scal, let's have a...
Imagine if Kevin Durant and Trae Young were on the same team.
Oh my god.
Imagine.
Just planting that seed.
Yeah, and then all of these... all of these... what is it? Where's it going? You can see my hidden admin section. All of these champions soon will be New Orleans. We're going to have to make a Kevin Durant rule whereby Kevin Durant can't go to the Pelicans, I'm afraid.
I'll just stock watch him. Don't worry.
Yeah. You utter bastard. It's time for my Northern Irish accent. You utter bastard. Okay. So apologies to Amari, but we actually have not been focusing too much on the Kings. We've been talking about other stuff. But
I mean, there's
So
no point. It could look totally different in one day. There's no point.
it is worth maybe taking a look at the atrocious display by D'Angelo Russell in today's game. I nearly put it into the record breakers for worst performance of all time.
It didn't make it. 2 of 18 is pretty.
It didn't make it because Joakim Noah got there back in the day with...
It's actually an amazing result. I don't know what you're talking about.
with Joakim Noah's 1 for 24 field goals.
I think 2 of 18 in the playoffs can you could add a fourth there.
Can you imagine a player in real life going 2 out of 24? Like, when do you stop? You know, it's like the 15th shot with like 1 shot so far. You're like, you know what? I'm taking another 10. I feel like it.
I mean, this hasn't been updated in 4 years. You could add.
Damn.
Muscles.
Lonzo Ball, nothing for 17. Amazing.
It's funny that Amari also has the second place worst performance player on this team, John Wall, who also apparently, as he's noted, had another atrocious player. So.
Oh, did he have a good game as well? God, because
Can we talk about Amari trading? I think it was Aaron Gordon inspiring Caris LeVert. That was...
Yeah, when was that?
Yeah, it was very recently. Very recent. I think it traded like first round picks as well. And one of them was Bryant's. It was like pretty late firsts.
Here it is.
It's like, are we sure he's tanking? I don't feel like he's tanking after pulling off that trade.
Could go either way, really. Aaron Gordon seems to be an absolute cancer in the sim, that's for sure. What's his build?
Can we talk about Amari trading 30 or 20 games of Rudy Gobert for this pick?
It's not even going to be Keegan Murray. He wanted Keegan. He's not going to get Keegan at 9.
Where was it? Was it the Grizzlies trade?
Yeah, so the Grizzlies ended up Waco. I think I typed it out on my comment on this trade. I would just like to revisit what the Grizzlies got for Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, okay, let's have it. Who was that trade with? Donovan Mitchell was...
They go to the Sacramento Grizzlies trade, because that's the end of the sequence.
Ah, right. What, you want me to check out the first one with the Pistons? There it is.
I mean, this may be a hot take, but are we sure the Donovan Mitchell trade was bad?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, he went like 36% field goal, 20% from 3. And since team got bounced in 6, half of those games without a guy who was putting up 36, 9, and 9.
And it
Like, that's
It was
pretty
only
bad.
bad because he expected to keep Gobert. I mean, Jokic.
Oh, you mean in retrospective, not like an isolated trade?
As long as he
Yeah,
played-
I'm looking at it from the perspective of like, is Mitchell, like, I don't know.
I don't think this trade alone is bad.
It's not just this trade, it's the combination of the trades.
Yeah, the combination.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Look at Scal's response. Tell us what you really feel.
Brutally. I think we all...
So Memphis, all right. They ended up trading Donovan Mitchell for 20 games of Rudy Gobert, Keldon Johnson, Detroit second round picks, and Buddy Hield. I would just like that on the record.
I mean, I like Keldon.
No, I mean, they also-
Yeah, that's pretty dark.
Jeremiah Hill's not really been back to comment, has he? He's been in Discord, but... The biggest
Like
trade-
I've seen in the Godfather. Like, look at you, massacred my boy. Look at his team.
We'll see what they're like when Kawhi comes back next season, though, because they could still. I mean, that if Kawhi's good again, they could it makes them a contender. But,
Yeah, Kawhi's kind of a breaker as well. He's not as bad as Durant or some of these other guys, but he was kind of disgusting for a couple of runs.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Rudy is going to opt in?
No comment.
That is not going to be easy.
No.
I do not think he opts in.
We've got to start our player option discussions in the staff room, actually.
Who's up next?
Yeah, sorry, right. So, next up. Is pick 8. If everything goes according to form, the next pick will go to the Toronto Raptors. Do we have a Brian Colangelo? No, we don't. The pop collar is not in the house. Right, so pick 8 is going to the Toronto Raptors. Everything holding according to form after the first 2 picks. Mare, he's entered the chat. Are you there? Can you hear us? I'm going to take that as a no. So, Toronto.
Toronto is a team that was really had a lot of problems until this last season when all of their players kind of didn't perform that well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what direction Mr. Colangelo is heading in at the moment.
I think they need to trade Siakam.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be up or down. It just seems to be retooling, which is cool as well. Like, I'm tempted after the Embiid LeBron era to just retool and not completely bottom out and rebuild.
Can you start that soon, Ian? Maybe this summer.
Just it depends on Embiid's knees, I think. LeBron will have his 7th prime sooner enough. So, Amare, I just heard some sound coming from you. Any thoughts on dropping 2 spots to the 9th pick?
Is that what happened?
Yeah, mate. I'm sorry.
No, it ain't. Do a redo of that shit then.
Yeah. I'm afraid you have dropped 2 spots to the 9th pick this year, my friend.
Who moved up?
So get this. Number 14, LA Lakers, moved up to the top 4. And he's gone.
Oh, that would have been my pick if the Pacers wouldn't have made it to the playoffs. What kind of crap is that?
Oh, I love your accent, man. It sounds like a South Park.
I'm from Georgia.
Georgia, okay. Oh, that's not South Park. That's Colorado, isn't it? Oh, well, I don't know. Anyway, I love your accent. And Jerry, you got great accent too, man.
Thank you.
Well, I got my kids in the back.
De nada.
Hey, you guys want to say hello to Chris Webber?
Hey, Chris Webber.
Assistant GM. Say hey to everybody where I'm on the live with them. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
That's all I've given everybody. Lazy.
The prophecy foretold Chris Webber's coming. He was born on the day we started D5.
You should have gave him the Grizzlies. That's what should have happened because that was the perfect prophecy right there.
Indeed. That's not a bad point, actually. But, in fact, I mean, and yeah, God knows what Monty Williams is doing.
So this is your voice, Ian?
But hopefully next time,
I just can't believe y'all did me like this, man. I went and finally got some draft picks and tried to change some things around and retool, and you guys dropped me 2 spots. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves.
Cost good money.
So who moved up? Okay, so the Lakers moved up from 14, and who else moved up?
So from 12, the Washington Wizards also moved up into the top 4.
We need to go ahead and just take his pick out and give it to me because we all know he's going to mess that up anyway. Let's not move around, man. Who's all on the thing? I can't tell.
We got a lot of us in here. We got Alex English, Brad Stevens, Brian Scalabrine, George Gervin, Josh Barber, James Kay, Jerry West, and Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's not even an active GM, which is even more impressive.
Oh, that's even worse because his team is got took over by Jared.
Unless, Tim Duncan, this is Theodore Duncan from, and you're actually Arvydas Sabonis with a different name, but I don't know. Anyway.
Well, I'm Tim Duncan.
You are Tim Duncan. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm glad you could join us.
Look, man, who do I got to pay to get you to redo this lottery thing? That's crazy. We don't need to have 14 and 12 go up. That's insane.
The problem here, Amare, was that you didn't pay me. You know, you've got to pay off.
Well, I didn't think I was going to have to. I thought I had good odds at number 7. Oh, you know what, dude? You know what? Isn't this the pick that you guys wouldn't let me have in the Westbrook deal that I was supposed to get so badly?
No, this was.
And then you guys just.
We already said it should have been my pick in the Kawhi trade, so you're second in line for the pick.
Yeah, but then after you messed it up, I went and tried to get it too, and they did us both like that, Josh.
Yeah, now we're vindicated.
So yeah, now Kareem has it. So
guys, I told you, like, the Washington Wizards aren't Kareem team; it's the trade commissioners. No, the trade commission is who accepts trades or not. Kareem just makes the draft picks.
It's all good. I know who I have to contact to move up. Kareem's on speed dial. I'm getting that.
What's going to be? It's going to be pick number 9 in the second round pick for like the second.
I'll give them 9, 17, 27, 2026.
Who are you targeting, Amari? Who are you wanting so badly at the top?
I'm just kidding. I'm not getting everybody that picks. I'm fine with 9. I mean, it sucks going down. I'm on a mission. Got people I like on my board. I might move up a couple of spots if somebody falls. I don't know. I got some ammo.
What do you think are your odds at Keegan Murray right now?
Who?
Keegan Murray.
I didn't hear you. Sorry. My kids are all acting crazy.
No, I said Keegan Murray. I thought he was your.
I didn't say nothing about Keegan Murray. Who said that? I'm looking at Jalen Duren. I'm looking at some big men to replace Rudy.
I got the logs. I got the chat logs proving.
Yeah.
Everything about Keegan Murray.
I got to trade Murray at big man. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought I was going to hop on here and I was going to be like, yeah, you picked number 3 or 4. I'm like, yeah.
What we could do is overlay this with a mock draft of real life and just say, oh, at number 8, maybe the Raptors select Dyson Daniels. No, I don't think so. Never mind. Screw that.
Who's up next?
Right, yes. Let's move on. So, next pick, number 7. Number 7, so we are expecting to see the Orlando Magic next. So, the 7th pick in the 2022 Dynasty 5 draft will go to the Orlando Magic. Everything holding to form after the initial shitstorm.
Can I ask a question before we go forward any further? When the Spurs went up, George Gervin went to number 1 or 2 or whatever he did. What number was he to begin with?
14.
14, so 14 is the magic number.
Yeah. Technically, really good chances of moving up to the top 4.
Yeah, I'm going to make some in a minute. I'm talking to my friends.
Judging by the history of Dynasty 5 lotteries. What was the other one? There was a draft when somebody was at 13 and they moved up, I think, wasn't there? Was that 2016? Let's have a look.
I mean, how many times has that happened in the overall? I mean, since like 2012, we started it.
Was not this one? Yeah, I mean, not many times. Let's have a look at the next one. Sorry, guys. Was it this one? Not really. Oh well. Anyway, it happens very rarely. But I mean, we've got 2 teams from the bottom with 12th and 14th moving up, and it's just someone needs to calculate the actual odds of that happening. I think you multiply whatever it is by Anyway, it's just absurd. Anyway, right, Steve Nash's Orlando Magic. Here they are.
Back then, you're right.
He's definitely been trying to get rid of some players on me, that's for sure. The rebuild continues for Orlando. Orlando, I think, historically have been an absolutely terrible team in Dynasty 5. They were tanking along with me about 8 years ago.
They had a great season last season randomly with Gobert.
Was that recent? Yeah, you might be right, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
How'd they do last year? Oh, Orlando, yeah, they did all right. They did incredibly well last year, 53 wins. The East was incredible last year. So yeah, totally bottomed out this year, but it has only landed.
I gotta get it started for my kids and everything. I'm hopping on, man. I gotta hop off here and get things calmed down.
No worries. Thanks for joining, Amari. Take care.
Thanks for the bad news. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in hell.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
That lived up to expectations.
That did. That was fantastic. This reminds me of back in the day when Charles Barkley used to join us, the former Houston Rockets GM, and he just used to mouth off and talk shit the entire time. It was fantastic. We need more. Thank you, Amari, if you're watching this in retrospect.
I think it adds to the league. If someone trash talking.
Yeah. So according to the mock draft, we're going to get AJ Griffin here. Not sure how that would fit with the Magic's current roster.
Do they need fit? I think they just need best player available.
I mean, yeah, they need to do a Sam Hinkie, best player available, and then pick Jaleel Okafor. There's nobody that really stands out on the Magic. They got an absolute ton of injuries. Isaac, Warren, Bledsoe, Saric are all injured this year. Is anybody even going to try and pick up Jonathan Isaac in free agency? The man is an absolute mess.
I think he gets one of those big 1-year contracts, maybe 2 years.
Yeah. I think you might be
right. If you have the cap space.
Yeah. I didn't realize, but he'd actually benched Oladipo, which is probably against some kind of rule, but it's definitely... I think the problem with the new sim changes system is I often just check to make sure it's actually going to work with my simulation, with my Python code, not actually whether the change has been legal, but there we go. He's also playing Danilo Gallinari at center, which is not his traditional role, let's be honest.
I've seen worse.
Not from you, surely, Jerry.
Yeah, we know you have, Jerry.
Okay, let's move on. So the 6th pick is up next, and we are expecting to see the Milwaukee Bucks at 6. So the 6th pick in the 2022 Dynasty 5 draft will go to the Dallas Mavericks. So the Milwaukee Bucks also move into the top 4, and I seem to have missed that out on my little chart here on the right.
Not bad. The one that
Milwaukee got what?
Say again, Josh?
Was Glenn he's gonna have had Anthony Davis win the lottery his first season in the league or something, and then win some championships, have a really successful team, trade Anthony Davis, and then immediately
Scotty Barnes.
Get another centerpiece. So
and got Scotty Barnes in the process.
Yeah, that's true actually.
And Darius Garland.
It's insane.
Indeed. So Milwaukee move into the top 4, despite my little chart here not actually showing it. Yeah, that's going to be, well, we'll see. We'll see. It depends what comes of his pick, really, because what is the difference between 6 and wherever he's moved into the top 4? So we will see. So for Danny Longley and the Mavericks, it's basically who are you adding to Ja Morant is the question. It's like a one-man team now.
This team really looks bleak outside of Ja Morant.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what type of money Darius Bazley is even going to get. I don't think he's a long-term piece in Oklahoma.
They don't have too much bad money on their books.
True. Got a good contract for Devontae Graham, really.
I think it's a bad contract, actually.
Yeah.
I think he's benched in New Orleans, right? He got benched.
Oh, yeah. True. He's no longer... Where was he before? Charlotte?
Yeah, he was in Charlotte.
Who do we consider to be the second best player on the Mavericks? The second most promising? I'd probably say Obi Toppin.
I mean, if you believe in Jalen Johnson, he's probably the second most talented guy here. But I kind of don't believe in him.
Yeah. I don't see a very high ceiling on him.
Well, seeing how all the reports at the Duke where he was just like one of those guys that was super incredibly hard to manage, and it kind of felt like the guy K was like, "Thank God you're gone. I don't have to deal with you anymore." Not necessarily a great endorsement when you get to the pros.
Yeah.
But he's super talented, so at the same time, it's like, yeah, okay. You're interesting. The rest of the team is kind of sad.
Yeah. It's been like that for a few years for the Mavs. Not sure where Danny Longley's heading at the moment, but it's not doing terrible, but not doing great either. And the Mavs fall 3.
I like how there's just red here. Just like everybody dropping.
Yeah, look at all the red. It's insane. So the Mavs fall 3 spots, which is in total combined of what Brad Stevens has fallen with his 2 picks. So we finally come across someone who has just been shit upon more than Brad Stevens. How does that feel, Brad? Does that feel good now?
I got company now, at least, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're guaranteed to get someone else, I think, right? Either the Nuggets or the Thunder are going to fall as well. One of them is going to come up right now, so it might be Alex. Alex, how are you feeling? I think you have a 50-50 shot of winning the next pick.
Yeah, I want to see OKC. Show me OKC.
Well, shall we find out then? Let's have a look. So, the 5th pick in the 2022 Dynasty 5 draft will go to...
Hey.
There you go, mate.
The dream is still on.
Oh my God, they dropped 5 spots.
Yeah, that's a rough one. I can't complain now.
Yeah.
So although weirdly, this is like shade and sharp range where they might end up grabbing the best guy anyway if somebody else doesn't grab him.
I disagree. I don't think whoever is getting shade and sharp is getting lucky at all. I think whoever fell off the top 4 is losing because there's a clear group of top 4 guys, at least in the general consensus of Holmgren, Smith, Paolo, and Ivy.
You think they're in the same tier?
Okay. No, I don't. My big board is different, but like the general consensus is that. And the Thunder, the only thing they have like close to talent is Jonathan Kuminga. So it kind of sucks that they dropped out of like one of those sure things.
Yeah.
On paper.
Yeah, it really is just Jonathan Kuminga, isn't it?
That's what happens when you trade Kevin Durant for Josh Jackson.
Don't get me started.
Don't forget, Wendell Carter came back too. And Kevin Knox. Amazing pieces.
I guess they have Joshua Primo as well.
James Wiseman might be all right once he comes back.
Ian, do you remember, what picks did he get along with Josh Jackson, or was it just Josh Jackson, nothing else?
He got 6 and 11 in 2018, and he took Carter and Knox in like the pick in front of Trey and SGA. So he could have had Trey and SGA out of trading for KD, which, I mean, listen, like, you'd still want KD there, but that's at least not bad.
It's probably as good as you'll get for a guy like KD if you want to rebuild.
Bad luck.
And then Knox is still there, and Wendell Carter went to Brian. Brian, what did you give up for it?
My first round pick this year, the Indiana second, Keon Johnson, and Xavier Tillman.
You're welcome, OKC.
Wait, and your first is already in Sacramento as well, which means you didn't keep the first.
No, I think it ended up being like 27 and I think 44, Keon Johnson and Tillman.
Yeah, where did you end up? Let's have a look. Who are we looking for?
Yeah, my first round pick is 27.
Yeah, it's the Kings.
And we'll see. I mean, I don't know how good Wendell will be next year if the Magic take a Chet or... But I don't know. We'll see.
The only reason they're taking Chat is because they told Mo Bamba you can go get your money elsewhere.
Mo Bamba sucks. No one wants Mo Bamba.
Yeah, I feel like it's been enough time on Mo Bamba now. It's not going to happen. Stop trying to make Mo Bamba happen. It's not going to happen.
I'm sorry. I just have to stand for Kevin O'Connor because he's not here. I think he's the last one on Mo Bamba Island.
Is he? I can't believe somebody with arms that long is not panning out. So who else has tried to offer something for Jonathan Kuminga to the Thunder? Because I have. It's like, he must get so many...
What could he possibly give them?
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, good point. I was trying to kind of package a few bits. You know, it was one of my low balls. It's what I do.
You mean Danny Green and too late first going to get it done? Amazing.
But yeah, every
trade that sound about right as far as trade value.
Every trade offer that Gary Payton receives must just be, are you sure you're not trading Jonathan Kuminga? please, can we have Jonathan Kuminga? Because there is not much else here. I actually think, Alex, the only team worse than yours, and it was in the standings as well. It's got to be OKC. They're just absolutely terrible. It's not a happy team. Right, we are on the verge of the top 4. So, we know Lakers and the Wizards moved up against all ridiculous odds. We've got the Bucks have moved up as well, and my stupid picture did not show that. But the Bucks are up in the top 4, and Alex English's Denver Nuggets. So, the next pick will be number 4. So, we'll see whether... where were we expecting Milwaukee?
I just want to say that, Gary Payton just commented on D5 and said, 5 still lets me get one of my top 5 guys, but I literally don't get to control which one anymore. So, on D5, not on Discord.
Oh, really? Where is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Payton.
Great attitude, though.
It's good to see some people are tuning in, despite they're not actually in the stream. Although, despite the fact we're getting to the most exciting bit, we seem to have lost half of the people. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the top 4. So it could be any team. We're not expecting anyone. It could be any order now. So the 4th pick will go to the Wizards. This is where everybody's favorite general manager moved up to.
Paolo Banchero's career is going to go to die. Next.
I hope that's a moment we return to in future days. We'll come to
4 years from now, you can sign Paul Banchero for like 20 million because you were the only team that made an offer because everyone else assumed that the Washington Wizards were going to offer him a max deal, but they just forgot.
I was going to say it's amazing to see the team here, but of course they jumped up. They were actually 12th. Because, I mean, on paper, this team is actually... I mean, Westbrook is a net minus, but, you know, Wiggins, solid. Towns, amazing.
And for the Simmons, who is still there somehow after trying to get traded
he's
3 times already.
Yeah.
He's just not showing up because he's injured.
Yeah, I forgot to include injured on some of these teams and blah, blah, blah. I only had a few hours to make it this evening. But yeah, the Wizards jump 8 spots. Congratulations, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I am making fun of you a bit here tonight, but well done. And you stuck it out after the absolute dumpster fire that was Tracy McGrady. So,
can I make a bold prediction here?
Please.
I'm betting that the Wizards are going to be the team taking Keegan Murray at 4. And one of the 4 guys is going to make it to 5.
What's going to make it 5, sir?
One of the 4 top guys, so either Shet, Jabari, Jaden, or what am I missing? Paolo. One of them is going to make it to 5.
I'm going to counter your bold prediction and say that he's going to package this with Westbrook to get him off.
For Julius Randle.
Anything with the pulse is better. Like 30 million with the way he's playing. It's like, that's like when I had Derrick Rose. I had like fully injured, 72 rated, like max. Like just bad. But yeah, I could see him just being like, who wants number 4? You have to take Russ. And that's what I would do. And I don't take any money back if I was him.
What?
Do you think that's enough?
No way, man.
I mean,
if I'm the Wizards, I wouldn't do it. Like, imagine, like, the Thunder have the cap space, like, to absorb the contract straight off without...
Yeah, he gets to go home. He gets to chuck shots. Why would he not want to do that?
I think the Wizards don't want to do it.
Russ is trending towards, like, he's going to be a 75 in, like, a year. Making $60 million. Like, it's going to be pretty bad.
Easier than already, but he didn't.
Everybody.
Well, now he's got a top 4 pick. Everybody's going to salivate over that and just going to be like, yep, I got to take this trash with it, but at least I get a top 4 pick.
I want to know how many trade negotiations are pinging off as we're streaming this. If only there was a way of knowing. People are going to pounce on his 4th pick because, yeah, it also would not surprise me if Kareem traded this.
Well, when you also look at the cap situation, not for anything, it's like, what, 20 some odd teams that have close to max slot, like, this summer? Like, not everybody's going to get the guy that they want. I don't know. If I was, one of those teams that's like, I'm probably not getting one of these top free agents, I might as well try to grab this pick with Russ. Why not?
Yeah.
Or folks are just going to say, I can spend $30 million better than this guy. Awful pick.
Indeed. Sorry, moving on. Right. I think we said all we're going to say about the Wizards. So, next pick. The 3rd pick. We're getting up there now. 3rd pick in the draft will go to Mr. Alex English. Your thoughts?
That's acceptable to me. To me, there's a top three, so I just take whoever's there. You know.
Yeah.
Who is your top three, Alex? Spill the beans.
Three basketball players.
Anthony Edwards is a football player, son.
Who you? I mean, I guess, Mr. English, you've not really found your player who you're building your franchise around yet. Because like I got Embiid in 2014. He's my dude. Scal's got Trae Young. Jared's got Tatum. I guess you haven't found that guy yet. Franz Wagner was great, but
I mean, there's still hope for Victor next year. The tank will continue.
yes, I'm sure. Bones Highland was a good prospect, but good. But
There's
not
hope
great.
for who?
Everybody's just gonna go for Victor, the French kid, the 7'4" beanpole. Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, I think demigod is a better word than beanpole. That man has skills. It's incredible.
Even I've seen his highlights, and I'm not scouting a year ahead. Just think, Alex, in 2 years' time, Gary Harris will be off your team. And there will be much rejoicing. Right. Actually, I tell you what, Alex, I'm kind of sad that Onyeka Okongwu has not panned out as much as I thought he would. I absolutely loved him when he was coming out of college, and it's not really happening.
Just needs the jump shot. If he had a jump shot, everything would totally change.
I know that feeling from having had Ben Simmons. We all know that feeling. Cool, right. Any other insights we can give before we move up to... Because technically, once we announce the next pick, we know who's number one. And the Lakers...
You should jump 2 slides. Just jump to number 1, like real quick.
Yeah.
And then go back to 2. You know, it's more impactful.
I will skip 2. I will skip 2 slides. So, I mean, the incredible thing here is that the Lakers have moved up into the top 2 from 14, just like George Gervin did back in 2018, I think it was. Incredible luck.
We already know that the Lakers won because you slipped it on my incident at the start of the video call. So right now it's just like video.
Well, Shell, let's get to it. So it's either going to be the Bucks or the Lakers. So the top pick in this year's draft will go to the Lakers.
Oh no, I'm shocked. I'm so shocked.
Was that sarcasm? Did I let it slip? I feel like I might have.
Yeah, I said at the beginning.
Fucking idiot. Dumbass.
It's still shocking.
It is
2
ridiculous.
times from 14 to 1. It's not once but twice.
Yeah.
This is changing my perspective on percentages.
Yeah, I want to know what the chances of this happening are.
0.7%? That'll happen.
So as of the last 5 years, it's you've got a 2 in 5 chance of being the top pick if you entered at the 14th spot.
Listen, it's a 50-50 chance. Either happens or it doesn't.
Oh, is it the last? Yeah, it's the last 4 years. What the hell? Like when I was simming the results, I was just like, "What is really?" It's like, it just doesn't. It's not realistic at all. And I'm, number one thing is realism, really. But anyway, also
this has nothing to do with realism. This is just probability.
Indeed.
Good thing I won that tiebreaker with the Chicago and the Lakers.
Oh. F in the chat for Brad Stevens.
It's crazy that if he doesn't trade Chris Paul for a second, maybe this doesn't happen. there's a real chance that he might win that playing game
Yeah.
either for 7 or 8, because he had 2 chances to win one game and he lost both. It's just crazy.
Indeed. And he's still got trading to do. Definitely some, he definitely does not need Al Horford. But apart from that, well, I guess he's got RJ Barrett, solid sort of young player, but it's not like he's going to set... I don't feel like he sets the world on fire, RJ Barrett. He's good, he's not great.
Do you guys have a prediction for whoever he takes number 1? Now that, we know that the Lakers are picking 1.
Well, the last time he picked this high, he traded his pick.
Right, it was a LaMelo, right? LaMelo for
Yep,
RJ?
he dealt the rights to LaMelo for Barrett. So somebody in 2021 who doesn't like their guy, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past that this pick is moved, because if he doesn't love who's at the top and he likes somebody better from a prior group, he might just take it.
I already sent him an offer.
Who do you guys think it will be? Kuminga? Wagner? I think Alex will take Wagner for the first pick. I don't think the Lakers do it though, but Alex will take it. And
I don't know. It has to be a team that has like a bunch of. I mean, yeah, the Nuggets are kind of like the prime candidate. That's not to say that somebody else didn't do this. Like, I don't know. Could the Bucks say, we'll give you a Garland for this pick and something else? I don't know.
Well, the Lakers have to do that if the Bucks offer it. Personally, I will take Garland over the first pick.
Yeah, I don't know. What is Darius, he's due for an extension in what? 2 years, basically?
Yeah, because of the 5-year contracts. By the way, we are finally changing to 4 years, so
yeah,
this is the first class of players with less guaranteed money.
Yeah, so who do we think the Lakers take number 1? I reckon if he keeps his pick, I feel like he probably will. I don't know. Do you just take a punt, as we say here in the UK? Go for Chet Holmgren?
Well, he doesn't really have Kobe White's not a lead guard that you can count on.
What do you mean Kobe White is not a lead guard that you can count on?
I don't know. I could see Ivy here if he likes him, or if he buys into the whole Ivy is Ja Morant with slightly less athleticism and no passing. The things that make him special.
I think that if Chet or Jabari go to the Thunder, I think that will be my first pick in D5, whoever ends up on the Thunder.
Yeah, decent organization. I wonder if the real life Kings will trade their pick because they're just so awful at developing prospects.
There was already some chatter that the Knicks approached them with Julius and something else for the pick.
I think it was Fournier. Can you imagine trading the 4th pick for Julius Randle and Evan Fournier?
Yeah.
Yes. This is the same team that traded Halliburton for Sabonis. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
You're right.
Halliburton, the one player that wanted to actually commit to them for the first time ever.
And he was vocal and public about it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of insane.
Yeah. Vivek remains my least favorite of the owners. Just absolutely terrible.
No, you mean you don't like 4-on-5 basketball? We cherry pick?
I think he actually pulled it off in the G League. for like a game. I think that actually happened.
You should attest. So at 2, who do we think the Bucks are going to take?
Whichever the top 3 that they like the most. I don't think it really matters. Other than Barnes, like, and if he keeps Garland, assuming. But after that, it's like, okay, like who else is here that I care about long term?
Dave Young, maybe, but it's not like it's not a core piece. It's like he's a good player, but he's not a centerpiece. So yeah.
Like I don't know. Like Davian Mitchell's not stopping me from taking Jaden Ivey. If you like Ivey, for example.
Yeah.
Paolo with Scotty Barnes is kind of interesting because they kind of do a lot of the same stuff as far as like these giant ball handling wings. But
like half of Toronto's team.
I don't know.
In real life.
He's got some like good players to take a shot on, like Kiro Lewis, Zaire Williams, Isaac Okoro. Like probably they won't pan out, but there's a chance that at least one of them will turn out into a good player.
Yeah, if there's one thing I've found from drafting is like being patient with picks is a good idea, because like if I had done that, you saw like, you know, my 10th man would be Miles Bridges rated 82 now and stuff. They all come good. Well, not all of them, that's for sure, but a lot of them do. And
well, you were patient with Jabari Parker, to be fair.
Yeah.
that man has so many chances. Like,
don't, it hurts still. So there we have it, guys. The lottery is done. The craziest lottery we've ever had, for sure. Which is perfect timing because we had this call. But like, amazing. Technically, the Thunder were the biggest losers, moving down 4. But Brad Stevens, are you still on the call? I feel your pain. Yes, you are. Oh no, wait, no, you're not. Brad Stevens is gone. But I feel his pain. Both picks moving down.
Well, let's be honest. Brad Stevens' pain isn't even in the same league. You moved down like from 12, and 14. Oklahoma City moved from 1st to 5th.
Ouch.
Is this back-to-back years the number 1 dropped all the way to 5?
Is that
good question?
I think I was number 1, right, last year, or 2, and I dropped us 4.
You were 1, and you dropped to 5. Yeah, so it's happened before. I'm going to go the other way here. I actually think this is good for OKC because they're not going to get a guy, in my view, unless Kareem takes somebody that's not in the traditional top 4 here. That's going to help them win. And in 2023, they're now like firmly in the driver's seat to be the worst team by far. I'm just saying, if you're going to look at this like glass half full, it's like, because for all we know, like Chet or Jabari look ridiculous and he takes them at 1 or 2, and then his team doesn't suck enough.
Yep. This is
like
that.
A project.
Yeah, like that was me in 2019. I was like, all right, I'm going to suck enough to pair someone with Luka, and it's like, nope, I'm actually not. I'm going to go the other way. I can't. And I don't know. I think I wouldn't say 5 is the worst spot for him to be. Just I think he needs so much. Like, to be lands high in 2023, it kind of flips everything for him.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's crazy because, in 2023, you have like arguably 6 guys go number 1 this year. So even if you lock in the first pick, even if you drop to 5 again, you're probably getting someone better than you would get at number 1 this year.
That's how it looks at the moment, that's for sure. Yeah. But there's always a surprising prospect that comes out of nowhere. There's at least, there'll be a Giannis or a Donovan Mitchell or it's just finding who they are, I suppose. Or a Jericho Sims. Cool. Do we want to cover any other points? I think that's it, really, isn't it? Thus ends a lottery. I hope we don't have a lottery like that again for a long time, because it's just absolutely absurd and completely ruins the realism of the league. But
all I'll say is, like, for next year's one, it needs to be at a time where as many people can join, because it'll be, in my view, hilarious if something like this happens next year with the prospects involved.
Yeah.
Like 1,000%, somebody might just spike their phone. Their laptop if they move too far back next year, and that has to be at a time where it's not only funny, but everybody who can make it is going to make it.
Yeah, I think maybe even Sunday during the day, perhaps, or something.
We had a pretty
I mean, whatever works, but just like the prospects next year, there's going to be people who are actually going to be mad, like irrationally angry if they drop too far.
Yeah, if I was picking number 1 next year and then suddenly I dropped to number 3, I would be pissed. And that's just 2 spots. There's going to be a lot of angry people.
That's true. Yeah, because despite the crazy results this year, it's not, the tiers are closer than they are usually, I think.
Yeah, this is not one where, like, I know OKC dropped from 1 to 5, but like, if they dropped 1 to 5 next year, that would be one of those where I go, yep, all right, I have no luck. I'm done.
Yeah, that's catastrophic.
The D5.
To say the least.
Yes, exactly.
I just want to take one moment to wish the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics good luck in the finals of the D5 playoffs. Because they look dominant. So yeah.
Oh my God, that second game against Atlanta, and as that was simming, I was just like, yes, mate. That was
you can thank me later, Ian, when I knock out Fritz. It might be. I'm hoping that's what happens.
I mean, you do.
Because otherwise,
you look like the second best team in the West at the moment. That's for sure.
Yeah, but 44 point a game, AD, like, yeah.
I don't know what.
It's super annoying.
Yeah,
it's super annoying to watch because, like, I could end up having, like, AD have a really good one, and then one of the other two always have a really good one, and if he's just, like, putting up close to 50 every night, it doesn't really matter. Like, not going to beat him.
It's weird because KD, like, if this was real life, would probably be making an argument over Jordan as the GOAT with some of these playoff performances.
You're not even wrong. It's just absurd. Not least because for many years in D5 history, the Oklahoma City had nobody except for Kevin Durant, but somehow still made, like, the conference finals sometimes.
They made one finals too.
Yeah, they made one finals.
Yeah. well, yeah, they went pretty far at least anyway. Yeah, I don't understand why Kevin Durant has become a cheat code. It's just crazy. But yeah, I don't know who would be more scared of. Probably the Warriors, I guess. If I can make it to the finals. First, I got to make it to the finals. First, I got to get past looking like Josh, but it could be the Hornets again. And I mean, the Hornets knocked me out of the playoffs 2 years ago as well. When I was
Detroit is also scary, to be fair.
Who's that, sorry?
With Detroit, it's also looking scary.
Yeah, true. I mean, they got Anthony Edwards on the bench. They're that good.
I think so.
Cool, guys. I think we've lost most of us now, so let's call it a night, or call it I guess early evening for you guys. Thanks for joining. And also, hasn't really been said yet, but congratulations, Mark Price, the number 1 pick for the 2022 draft. Cheers, guys. See you guys.
Thanks, Ian.
Bye.